All right, let's see who shows up or if I'll be drinking alone this Sunday night. Get started off right here. Well, at least I see myself on the face, so I haven't screwed up for a second time in a row. Ugh. Suppose I should wait for anyone to show up to actually do my introduction. Just me and my shadow. I don't think I actually know any other lyrics to that song that I think about it. Doop 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 boop 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 boop. At least we got the kitty viewing. What's up, kitty? I know you watch my live streams, but you're here, so you don't count as a viewer. So you don't count. Oh, do we got somebody actually showed up? Who is it that has entered my domain? Speak now, or you shall look upon my works in despair. Nope, they left. Oh, well. Looks like it's back to drinking alone. What do you want, kitty? Drinking. I'm boozing and streaming, kitty. What the hell do you want? Jesus, sucks if I'm going to have to try to be entertaining by myself. Yep. If anybody's here, say something in the chat so I know whether there's anything worth doing, because I'm not going to be entertaining by myself. That's just fucking pointless. Oh, well, at least I can talk to myself in the chat. By asking me, how are you doing tonight, Mindless? Well, Mindless, I'm doing just fine. Sitting here, drinking, having cigarettes with a kitty. Just got done playing some No Man's Skies for a couple of hours, and, I feel like I've made the most that I can possibly make of this Sunday. Had some chicken cacciatore, got chocolate chip cookie brownie. I mean, I got all kinds of good shit going on here. So, yeah, thanks for asking, Mindless. Mindless asks, so how is the kitty? Oh, Mina's doing just fine. She's a good kitty. Attacked me yesterday. It's because I wanted to pat her on the head, but I've come to expect that from women. Whenever I touch them without provocation, they usually attack me. So it's just one of those life lessons that I refuse to learn. What else can I ask me? Yep, 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 yep. I guess I'll just sit here and look at my messages live since nobody else is watching. Oh, Sam Camp just uploaded a video, but I suppose I shouldn't watch that while I'm doing a live stream. So yeah. And note to anyone who's watched this far, if anything goes on, I'll leave this up, but otherwise I'll take this video down because obviously there's nothing to watch here. So yeah. Well, somebody was watching and left a like. Don't know who. They didn't say nothing. Oh, Granny Monster showed up. Hey, Granny. Doing a live stream. And you're the first one to show up, so yay. Yeah, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. Hate your arrival. Yeah, what are you going to do? Sunday stream, but we'll see. You need to start maybe advertising since Monday night's a good free night where nobody's doing anything and where I can actually stay up late because I usually have Monday off. Usually, once the summer starts, we have golf outings and I have to do some maybe 6 o'clock mornings, but hopefully that doesn't happen too often. I do hate golf outings. They are mostly a waste of my time, being as I come in, do an hour's worth of setup, wait for them to play golf for 3-4 hours, then set up their lunch, wait for them to stop eating for an hour, then wait for 4 or 5 more hours till they finish playing golf, and then set up dinner, and then finally get to go home. So it's like, Laura showed up. What a privilege to spend a little time with me after all that ARC streaming. And she gives me her every friendly meow. You were packing up? Don't tell me you're moving again. What did you eat? I had chicken cacciatore for dinner. It was quite nice. I've been lazy about making meals for the last week since I've been spending most of my time playing No Man's Sky for the course of the week. Oh, Miss Laura, always so nice and sweet to me. And I even get the little goofy glob emoji. I don't know. It should pop up on your phone, unless you don't have YouTube on your phone. If it's on the computer, then it might not pop up while you're doing something. Kitty, want to get on this stream in action, Kitty? Yeah, the emoji glob. I don't understand why it's a glob on YouTube, but a circle face everywhere else. Like, is it like the YouTube glob? It's like the leaping gloop from the Herculoids, but I don't know if they had the Herculoids in the 70s in Lithuania or not. That's questionable at best. No phone, not, but it should still pop up. Yeah, everyone has problems with notifications and things, but mine always works pretty well so far. I don't miss too much. Sometimes if too many people upload something at the same time, then I'll get like 6 notifications in one pop, like a little bit later than the fact of the people who did it, but for the most part, everything always pops up. Chicken, rice, and corn. Always with these people, meat and starch. I like meat and starch. I actually made a good dish the other day with some Polish smoked sausage, which is kind of a kibasi, mixed with rice-a-roni and peas. It was pretty badass. Hey, I can like my own video. We're going to go ahead and do that. All right. We can like our own videos. Too bad it tells me there's no need to subscribe to me, though. My roommate used to make he used to cut up center cut pork chops and mix them up with rice and corn. It was pretty damn good. I like plain and simple. That's the problem with working at a country club. They're always making fancy ass awful shit with truffles and crepes and cream sauces and fruit sauces. And I'm like, just give me a meat, give me a starch, and give me a vegetable. I'd be like, I'm an old-fashioned American male. You want meat now? Cake is not doing it for me. No, I'm not going to touch that. I'll just let that one go. But you should know my thoughts on that opinion, or what I would have most likely have said. So got me a new type of whiskey for a change, going with some Knob Creek. You're still sitting there, Kitty. You're just a loyal little kitty tonight. I don't think you can actually see her in the video, though. No, you can see her head. Yes, eating truffles is a struggle. I do not like truffles. They sound like they'd be good. It's, got like a light, airy kind of name, but no, they're not good. What a struggle. So I've been working on all kinds of new stuff, trying to get me some new pictures of Captain Starbell going. Did you just stick your tongue out at me over truffles? That's what I get for going live and talking about truffles. I get tongue stuck out at me. Tisk, 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 tisk. But apparently a lot of people like truffles. I'm one of the few. Kitty head. What's up, Gaming Crypt? Wow. I haven't seen you in a long ass time, man. How's Twitch streaming been going? Sitting here trying to make an annual Sunday live panel stream. I'm going to go on Twitch finally, just because Let's Plays are doing extremely poorly as of the last week. Normally always got at least 10 to 15 views on a video, which, I mean, overall is not great, but it was at least steady and consistent. But now I'm lucky if I get up to 10. And streaming seems to be working a lot better, so might have to start joining you over there on Twitch. Ah, yeah. Well, yeah, I know streams go good for you, Laura. How many subs did you get today? That sucks. Yeah, shitty relation. Truffles have ridges. I bet you just can't eat one. Just can't do truffles. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, Laura here does something where she restreams through both YouTube and Twitch, which is kind of nice. 50 subscribers. God, take me the better part of a year to get 50 subscribers. Well, to be fair, I've what is it? I started on July 4th, so that's July, August, September. What the hell comes after September? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So that's what is that? Not good at counting. That's why I'm live streaming video games. But yeah, I did my first game live stream on Wednesday, Crypt. I'm starting the Streams of Rage series where I play classic NES games and get really upset with it. So I started with one of my all-time favorites, Castlevania. Yeah, I mean, I imagine, like I said, I just keep on trying. And I enjoy doing it one way or the other. So, I'll just keep on doing it, whether there's any type of successful anything going on or not. Doesn't really matter to me. I enjoy uploading videos and making stuff. Oh, Apple Software decides to want to give me an update. No, I think I'll save that for later, considering they always want to restart. I do want to start playing Ark, but that's just a whole big thing. It's going to take a while. Maybe I consider Ark something like to start midsummer during the gaming drought, since no good games ever come out in the summer. It seems like all the good games are centered around the holidays, since you're expecting kids with money to buy them. And it's like summer games is like summer movies. Only the crap comes out during the summer, and it's just usually not much. And it's just I feel like starting Ark in the summer would be great because there probably won't be much to play. I'll still be waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2, which I can't fucking wait for, and that's going to be an amazing game. And they're making a second to Last of Us. Still need to play the first one. I actually bought it, but yeah, you're playing Ark an awful lot. But I've got back into my No Man's Sky universe, and that game just sucks me in. I never even know it's a shitstorm of hate around that game. But it's just me. I love the underdog games, and they keep on adding fantastic fucking updates to it. And, in the next year, if they keep on adding updates, it's really going to be a good game. But it's just a shame because they got so much stigma behind it that it'll probably never get the amount of players that it deserves. Somebody made the good point that streaming No Man's Sky. I was trying to get my Captain Starbile character into a good planet, but I found the planet now. I might do a few Captain Starbile live episodes, but I'm kind of thinking of doing the more approach of recording, doing the editing, and then doing the narration afterwards, so I don't have all the screw ups. And because, like I said, I'm trying to make it more of like a television show as opposed to actually a game stream. And it's I don't want to have to constantly, it's like if I record something and I do something and I screw up my words or what I'm doing, then there's no take some of mine. Wait a minute, I'm lost. Take some of your what? You want the shoppers, the campers, or the daily planners? Go ahead. Tell them how they did. About subscribers, or if you're talking about subscribers, I am tired of watching people's dollar store haul videos. I mean, it gives them something to upload, especially when they're vloggers and they don't play games or don't have the time to make skits. They're still putting out content, but it's just watching people tell me about what they got to the dollar store. It's just, I know it's in the dollar store. I've been in over 20, $30 stores. We got a lot of them over here, and it's good for snacks, good for cleaning supplies, but not much else. Every now and then you can maybe get a cool cheap edition of a book or something, of some classic literature piece or something like that. Going to the dollar store is actually what originally got me into classic and ancient literature, because they had a series for kids. I was started watching not watching, but reading stuff like, the classics like Huck Finn, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Around the World in 80 Days, the classic literature that was more, well, maybe not geared toward children, but were more adventure orientated and that children would enjoy. And that started my love for classic literature. And it still lasts today. So at least some good came out of the dollar stores for me. And bug catching supplies. Bugs as a kid. I lived next to my school, so I had a nice big recess field in the sense that filters can be fucked over. I don't what filters? You mean like your personal filters of what you're going to say and not say? Happy with that. I'm usually way better, funnier on live streams, mostly when I have somebody in here to talk to and roll stuff off of. But, I kind of figured I'd just start instead of asking anyone. Oh, no problem, Granny. Thanks for stopping by. If this doesn't become any more happening, I doubt I'll even upload this video because the first 20 minutes is there me rambling on to myself and asking myself questions in the chat. But yeah, I like being unfiltered on the streams. It's much more entertaining. If you're still there, Gaming Crypt, what have you been playing lately? Well, I guess I kind of see what you've been playing when I see you pop up on Steam all the time on the notifications. You're always playing at H1Z1 and a couple other things. Yeah, exactly. It's nice to be able to bounce stuff off of people. But I was figuring Crims or Jid or somebody would show up. I knew if I asked Jid and made plans and put him in my description that Jid wouldn't fall back asleep and burn his chicken tenders and not show up for the live stream. So I knew one way or the other I'd probably end up being here by myself. Same old headset. I'm pretty happy with my Turtle Beach stealth headset. And I got an exact headset for the PS4, the Turtle Beach stealth headset, except for the PS4 one's blue and the other one's red, which kind of matches my what the hell's the name of the brand? The gaming mouse and the gaming key. Dragon, and it glows bright red. Well, yeah, Grasp is planning on doing Friday night live stream, so I'll definitely be on there with them. But, I just wanted to start getting some stuff on my channel. It needs to be more live streaming since everyone kind of stopped live streaming. Granny barely streams anymore. The monsters aren't here to stream. Went into retirement from streaming, even though I'm trying to bring them back. He got way too much character to in whatever weird ghetto part of England he lives in since with his horrible accent. But I'm surprised nobody else is streaming tonight other than you. I didn't see Convella pull anything up. I was kind of hoping one of them or two would stream something so I can jump in. Or we just need to set up that thing that Green-Eyed Monster has, set up the restream and just stream through both. She seems to be able to monitor both chats at the same time and talk to both people in Twitch and YouTube. It sounds pretty neat. I would just more or less be using it to drag people from Twitch over to YouTube because, I don't know. I haven't even looked into Twitch, but, if it has the possibility to get me some more subscribers over here and more viewers, it's definitely worth a shot because right now things have been pretty slow. Had a big boom about a month ago, but now Twitch, Beam, and YouTube. I don't even know what the hell Beam is. What the hell's Beam? Is that another just streaming site? Yeah, but do you make money from Twitch? I mean, because I am kind of doing this for money, as much as everyone hates to hear that. It's like I'm not making any money, but, that is kind of the reason why I started. Regardless of whether the fact that I'm more or less just doing it for fun at this point, I would still like to slowly work towards that goal. And two, the nice thing about going through multiple things is I got more people to interact with in the chat. Over to YouTube and subscribe, it still makes whoever's watching on whatever platform more interesting because, I'm still reacting and talking to people, and it always makes things look better and more professional. Apparently, you have to have like 1,000 subscribers to start getting donations on YouTube now. Obviously, a long way off. I've actually lost to $10. Yeah, I've earned. I think I'm at 12.45, and I've been pretty good about earning at least anywhere from 1 cent to up to like 25 or 30 cents a day for a good couple of months. But for the last week and a half, I've stayed at 12.45. But yeah, I see that you can finally start getting donations on YouTube after 1,000 views. This one chick I watch, and she skyrocketed, but she does animation, so she actually puts a shit ton of work into what she's doing, and she's also juggling college and everything else, and it takes her a while to put out a video. But whenever Diginex, a gamer girl from UK, who was actually one of the first people I interacted with when I started YouTube, she turned me on to them when I signed up to Twitter. Wow, $100 out of YouTube last month. God damn. How many subscribers are you up to, Gaming Crypt? I haven't seen no notifications, so I haven't checked out your channel for a while. I just don't think you've uploaded anything since the... Yeah, you said you're on the break. But have you ever did that, the searching around at the haunted house shit? Did you ever do any of that on Twitch? I actually forgot about that. I was going to sign up on Twitch to watch you do, you're going through haunted houses and stuff videos, but I completely fucking forgot because that was around the time I started hooking up with the monsters here, and they just was constantly live streaming with other people on here like I'm doing now, and just kind of got caught up in that and completely forgot. It's like if I don't see notifications, I start to forget about people. Note, Friday the 13th, the game's coming out on May 26th. You picking it up and going to play? Wow. Yeah, it's definitely doing good. I got decent views for only having 137 subscribers. I'm up to like 11,000 something views. So definitely pleased with the views. Mostly for my one Friday the 13th vid that got like 6,000 views behind it. That basically carried me and made me the better part of my money riding the hype. But, I kind of hate riding the hype. It's kind of phony, but it's not like I'm riding the hype of games that I'm not interested in. It's riding the hype of stuff that I'm very much interested in and passionate about. So I feel like that kind of balances it out for me. But yeah, pretty excited about that. That's the other reason why I wanted to start streaming. Good. So you will be putting the ghost hunting on YouTube. Well, I'll probably still sign up to Twitch. I've actually been watching a lot more live streams. YouTube's kind of destroyed my movie watching career. I kind of get some free time, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch a movie, and then I just end up waiting for somebody to come live. Anything that I'm not interested in. I could easily get a hell of a lot more subscribers and views if I started playing Call of Duty, Minecraft, or Grand Theft Auto online. But don't be wrong, I love Grand Theft Auto. I'm not a big online fan of it, but I loved Grand Theft Auto 5. Never played Minecraft. I'm sure I would enjoy it if I started, but interest to get started in it, and I hate Call of Duty games. I hate Call of Duties. It ruin games, as far as I'm concerned. Not even a big fan of multiplayer games. I make an exception when it comes to Friday the 13th because it's Friday the 13th. That's since I've been, God, 3, 4, 5 years old when my mom started renting the movies and let me watch them when I was just a young little man. So been a big obsession with me, which reminds me I got to start watching through those movies before the game comes out. Yeah, everyone watches Minecraft videos. That's one of the things that made me started doing here. When I hear about 10-year-old kids worth $10 million because they play Minecraft, but me, I'm stupid. I got to do things my own way and the way I want to. So, and obviously that doesn't work out too well. So I just keep on trying at it. Like I said, it looks like an enjoyable game. I like the concept. I love crafting games. I love the forest. I love No Man's Sky. Now that I loved it before they had the base building, but now that they have the base building, it's so much better. What other base building games were there? Gotta go back to playing Fallout 4. I didn't hate it like everyone else did. Well, I don't think anyone ever had a super hate for it, but there was a little bit of a disappointment for most of the fans. Don't get me wrong, it's my number one game. Yeah, I'll have to look into Twitch. Got to do something to keep on progressing because just doing the same thing. I mean, I'm still doing the same Let's Plays since long before I even met you, Crypt. But within, I finally started the first episode of the first DLC, That's the other thing. Doing the Let's Plays, the episodes just last forever. You play a 10, 12-hour game, and it's like almost 40 fucking episodes if you're keeping them within a 20-minute time limit, because ain't nobody watching a video over 20 minutes. They're not going to watch the whole fucking video. And so I try to keep it short enough so, the people actually want to sit down and say, all right, well, we can watch this for 15, 20 minutes. But I look at myself personally. When somebody uploads a 30, 40-minute long game video, I can't do it. Just like streams. When somebody pumps out a stream that's like 3 hours and I missed the actual live event, I just can't sit there and watch it. Or during it's live. Otherwise, it just... Yeah, I know they're dead. But, start with... originally I started making No Man's Sky hype videos and just fucking around with shit that I made in the forest. And I just kind of had to put something out. And I figured, like, I kept with the indie games, like Happy Few and The Forest, stuff like that, because, there's more of a niche for indie games now. Well, the big channels already got their viewers. I mean, fuck. All the big idiots like Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie, they still get their 1 million views for their Let's Plays. Don't get me wrong, I like Jack. I really don't like the other guys, but I still can't sit there and watch an hour-long video of him playing. It's just, you can't do it. I can watch a 15-minute long Happy Wheels video or something just because it's funny kind of watching him play. I couldn't personally play the game myself because it just looks like it's stupid. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go with streaming. Have you checked out Agony yet, Gaming Crypt? The game Agony? I got the demo for it because I signed up for the Kickstarter. Real fucking excited for Agony. And I'm probably definitely just going to end up streaming that. But that is just an amazingly sick, nasty, fucked up fucking game. It's pretty fucking badass. But no release date on that yet. There's, like I said, it's another indie game. It's like 9 or 10 developers. They're from Poland. But I got my copy secured through the Kickstarter funding. So whenever it comes out, I should get it earlier than everyone else does. So hopefully that will give me a little bit of a perk bonus from streaming, since I'll get to stream it before everyone else does. Tea is nice. I do enjoy my tea. One of the only Americans who don't drink toffee and live off of tea. And I have some tea mixed with lemonade here to go with, wash down my whiskey. But I actually got one of my English subscribers sending me some tea, some PB Tibbs or something like that. Usually drink Twinings of London, or Twinings, whatever the hell they say it. But she assures me that PB Tibbs is the superior English tea. So definitely looking forward to that. It'll give me a chance to finally do a mail call video. Everyone else does them, but I never get mail because I don't get mail, at least anything other than bills or my bank statements. Thought about doing the shit I get from Amazon, all my movies and stuff like that. Yeah, PG Tips. Yeah, I know a lot of English people. Honestly, most of the people who watch me or I hang out with on here from the UK. You like Twinings better? Yeah, it's... To me, it's the only decent tea over here. Everyone drinks Lipton or... Never heard of Yorkshire. We definitely don't have that here. I've looked through so many different aisles. I've even went to a specialty shop up in the major city I live near, Pittsburgh, but it's more tea from around the world. It's run by a Vietnamese woman, and you can actually get the leaves and grind them up yourself, the dried leaves, or get them pre-ground, stuff like that. Get them ground there. But it's just like, yeah, it's real fucking expensive, and then you get something, you get it, and you're like, ugh, I can't drink this shit. It's just fucking oily water. What's up, Rusty Faith? I see you're back to doing YouTube videos again. Good for you. I hate hearing people quit over trolls. You just got to remember that they're just text on the screen. They're not worth, worrying about. In fact, I wish people came to my channel and hated on the videos, because I'd at least be getting views from it. And then I could just, make videos on me insulting the trolls, and that would get more views, especially from them, because they'd be angry because they're getting insulted and want to insult back. But no, I don't even get haters. I just get fellow community supporters and the random sub for sub person who assures me that they'll be active on my channel and that they enjoyed my content, and their cut and copy and paste comment that they throw on my thing. He was great. He copied and pasted the same comment on every video for like at least a month or two. Or two, he finally changed it up, and he's like, I'm not that kind of person who just does sub for sub and doesn't stay active and copy and paste comments, because I guess he just assumed that because all that stuff usually shows up in my spam folder. I usually just delete them. I don't even accept them onto my comments to tell him no. I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. But I knew he was copy and pasting it because he spelled world wrong. He said it would mean the world to me. And he spelled world, W-U-R-L-D. And every single time I checked, it was spelled W-U-R-L-D. And I'm just like, man, it's like, if you're going to make a comment, at least fucking proofread it first. Because you just look like a fucking dumbass. Yeah, I seen that video today. I watched like a little bit of it, and nobody like that luckily approaches me. Just don't even mess with them. I mean, if it's somebody from the community that I know, if it's somebody I seen on one of our streams that we do together, like, oh, I seen you from this stream, or I've seen you with Granny, blah, blah, blah. I always bring them in and start watching their content. But just random people, like I get tons of Russian subscribers. And for a while, I interacted with some of them because they did actually stay active. I doubt that they actually stayed and watched my video, but they would give like every video a view. And then it was always great because they would tell me what like number they were. They're like, oh, much good video, comrade. Like number 4, No, I didn't comment it. No, it's, like I said, it was a quick view. I do most of my things at work. And if I'm smoking a cigarette and I called back in, I kind of cut the video short. Well, a co-op stream would be nice. I don't really have any co-op games, though. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I really don't do multiplayer gaming. I mean, I suppose I probably should, because people do seem to enjoy that. But it's just like I've always been a solo gamer. How is your tea? But yeah, definitely would like to play some Friday the 13th with you, because I believe we're going to be able to set up private servers. Game unlikely we're able to do to the beta, because they didn't want the private server so that they can catch all the data and fix whatever the hell bugs there was. But what do you call it? I would definitely like to get a good group of the 8 players you need, so that I got multiple people. I like to try to get Laura here, Green Eyed Monster, to get it. I got a couple other people, Grasp, maybe Convella will hopefully get it, because she plays a lot of the Dead for Daylight or Dead by Daylight, and that's basically the same game, only everyone's saying it's better because Dead by Daylight obviously has all kinds of problems. I've never played it, so I'm not exactly sure, but basically the same concept, a bunch of people versus a killer. I'm hoping the server problems aren't there. I don't know if you had any server problems when you were streaming it when I gave you that beta code, but I mean, there was times I was waiting to play a game for like a half fucking hour, and then it would just time me out. I'd be like, I have to start that whole half hour wait. I enjoyed it to death, so I kept on sitting there waiting for those days around Christmas. But I really hope those first couple days when everyone starts hitting that game hard, it's not the same fucking way. Yeah, I seen you playing it for a little bit yesterday, and that's basically what, like I said, is basically what Friday the 13th is. It's a more evolved version of that with, a franchise backing behind it. One of the most popular horror franchises there ever was, next to, the original Dracula or Frankenstein. But by the time that comes, I'll probably definitely be set up on Twitch and everything else. So definitely all for some playing that. Did you ever get the hang of playing Jason? I remember I watched the better part of your one stream on you playing as Jason, and he is hard to get the fucking hang of. I mean, well, yeah, I do need more subs, Rusty, but like I said, I'd have 3 or 4 times the amount I do if I actually accepted all the sub for sub offers. But it's like I said, you see people with 500, 600 subs and they still get the same views as me. It just shows me it's not the way to go. It's not worth it. I'd rather have a low sub count and decent views any day of the week. One buddy had close to 1,000 subs and he was getting 3 or 4 views a video. And it was just, my ass was kicked by Jason. When he obsesses with you, it's rough. Yeah. I always chase after the girl characters. Particular match in general. It was the first time the first time anyone ever or all the counselors just kind of wandered around and did their own thing. Like 2 or 3 of them would kind of stick together, or like knew each other from playing the game over the couple of days. Well, because Jason loves killing female characters, and so do I personally. It was the first time where almost all 7 counselors were actually working together. Jason Part 7. And there was only 3 Jasons for the beta. Part 2, the Baghead Jason, I never unlocked, and was capable of running at a jog. And the Part 7 Jason, since after Part 6, he was, resurrected from the dead, and at this point, he's more or less a zombie, an undead demon creature, whatever it is you want to consider him as. He walked slowly, but he had way better powers and way better strength, and he had the machete. And I just really liked the slow, methodical approach of him, and wanted to get good as playing with him. Characters were picking the counselor Vanessa, the track star, because her stamina was just way overpowered on her, because she was a track star. So everyone picked her because they can run away from Jason, and he couldn't do much of anything other than warp in front of her and try to catch her. And even then, the warp was hard to control. So these 7 people, they were basically all Vanessa, and they were actually working together as a team. One was trying to distract me and keep me chasing after, while the other ones were searching the cabins, gathering supplies, looking for the phone to call the police. And I knew I wasn't going to win this one, because they're actually working as a cohesive unit and using the best fucking character. I mean, as far as strategy and tactics go, they had it down. In Part 7, there was no chance. But there was this one kid who he was dead set on being the distractor. The guy kept on running from me, and he was expecting me to give up, just out of frustration. He was expecting me not to just keep on chasing him. And I knew I wasn't losing without getting one kill, because I knew if I went after the group, they would all split up, and I would pick one, and I wouldn't catch them, and I get tired of it, and I try to trace another one, and blah blah blah. So I just stuck with that one fucking kid, and I eventually nailed him. I don't know if they're going to fix it, but at that point, Jason can hear what the counselors were saying. You're supposed to see audio blips on the map, and when you look in Jason vision, to know where the counselors are. That was one of the things that sucked about making YouTube videos, because I'm trying to do a let's play and I'm trying to do commentary while I'm playing the game, but yet doing commentary is alerting my presence to Jason, and if I'm with other players, I'm alerting their presence to him as well. So it kind of sucks. I just stuck with this guy, and I just kept on riding his ass until he could no longer regain his stamina, and I eventually fucking got him. And I got 2 of the other guys too, because they were just expecting me to keep up with them. And eventually I came back and got him in a cluster and grabbed one and waited for him to cluster again and zoomed in and managed to grab one in the confusion. I only got 3 out of 7, but I just kept with it. But yeah, I should download the Dead by Daylight. That would be fun to play with you. I don't even know how much are they charging for that nowadays. $20-$30. If it's $30, definitely ain't picking up. I don't mind picking up a crappy game for $20, but $30 is always pushing it. Starting to get me a nice buzz going on. Kind of disappointed I got no crim, got no jid lid. Work in the morning. Oh, you bought it way back. I guess I can always look it up while I'm live streaming, since it's not showing my desktop. Let's see. Dead by Daylight. Because I am craving the goddamn art of killing. Yeah, it's only $19.99. That ain't too bad. But honestly, what is it, the 7th? So that's it's not too long of a wait till Friday the 13th. Multiple copies. I'll have it on the PS4 as well as the PC. I'll have the special edition steel machete case. I got the and the extra counselor clothes for both consoles. I got the I love the PS2, Rusty. More games for the PS2 than any other console. Xbox 360 is close. That was my system. I loved the Xbox and the Xbox 360. To be fair, I didn't have a lot of games for the Xbox, at least that I kept. Because A lot of them didn't cross over, and I just kind of downloaded them. But the 10 or so that I got are some of the best games, in my opinion, that were ever made. All Xbox exclusives. Like I remember when the Xbox 360 came out, it was I loved Max Payne. Max Payne was great. Max Payne 2. I have Max Payne 3 for the 360, but I have yet to play it. I was in a big Rockstar binge, and I bought tons of games. Still haven't played most of them, or only played a little bit of them, like LA Noire. But I loved Max Payne. I love noir, film noir, which is classics from the 40s and the 50s and the late 30s, which is what based off, only with a little bit more hyped up with the violence, sexuality, and that was basically the concept behind what film noir was in the 40s. It was detective mystery films, but on controversy a little bit more than the standard film was, plus the use of goals, shadows, lighting, like Sin City. Sin City is a perfect example of what a well done film noir kind of looked like back in the day. Amped up, but yeah, it was a nasty kind of motivation behind the way he was with the killing of the family and the child and everything. When you did those nightmare missions when you're traveling along the trail of the blood and inside his house, that was some for its day. The game itself, the game mechanics were a little bit hokey, but the storyline, the narration of the main character, stuff like that was classic. But it's like things like the bad guys and stuff like that, they weren't memorable. I can't sit here and tell you who the main bad guy was, what his names were, what his underlings were. Like crime games are kind of like iffy with me. Usually got to have fantasy, horror or sci-fi fantasy, not medieval Dungeons and Dragons, World of Warcraft style fantasy. I usually can't get into that stuff, mostly because I hate elves. I really fucking hate elves. I don't know. They're all hoity-toity and think they're better than everyone else, and then they got the freaking dwarves. Could never do fantasy games. PS2, the Sufferings were good. Obviously, other Rockstar games. The first Red Dead Redemption was good. Loved Grand Theft Auto Vice City and 3. 4 was kind of hit or miss. I enjoyed the game. I played it twice through. Pretty sure I got all the achievements for it. I don't remember. Can't remember if that one went online. I don't think that one. If it did, I didn't do anything on the online. Just like 5. Done. You're still eating. What are you eating this time? What did you make now? I mean, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning for you. What could you possibly be making at 5 o'clock in the morning? Though, even though I forgot the vanilla in my French toast the other night. It's been a while since I've sat down and made French toast. What are you making? You're still eating cake. Was doing weights. Yeah, I'm gaining weight. I was actually going to pick up some the other day, but I didn't know that they charged pretty much $1 per pound for weights. I wanted 2 30-pound kind of dumbbells, but they literally want like $35 a piece for them. And I wasn't willing to spend $70 to get 2 weights at this point. An extra 45 pounds in the last year. I really consider myself fat. I just, want to stop myself from becoming fat because I am getting older and quitting drugs and other things. My metabolism kind of changed. I'll be laughing at me, green-eyed monster. I know you say I'm not fat, but I'm getting fat, goddammit. Getting fat, going bald, hating my job. Just about everything. Laughing at me with your LOL and your squishy little emoji people. Use an emoji on YouTube. Drugs that I quit pot, I quit pills, I quit Suboxone, which is the heroin, which earlier in my high school days, but quit by the time I was 22. I'm 32, and like 5 years later, I started doing pills. I can easily I don't know. I can easily go back to doing both. I'd like to go back to smoking pot. It's been over a year since I've done any type of like narcotic pill or anything like that, but it's only been like months since I've smoked pot. And God, I really like to go back to, especially playing such a chill kind of whacked out game. I'd love to get freaking stoned and play No Man's Sky again. It kills me. I'm one of those people that's like every time I've quit in the past, whenever I started back up again, I didn't really enjoy it. Get paranoid, be all hyped up, and wouldn't be able to go to sleep. And I always liked downers. Never got into coke or anything like that. I mean, I've done it from time to time. The only thing I liked about coke was when you're drinking acid or mushrooms. When you're taking acid or mushrooms or coke and you're all hopped up, or ecstasy, anything like that, you can just drink like a fish. I mean, I used to go to these music festivals and we'd trip acids, and I'd literally drink like a case and a half of beer in the course of the day while taking hits of acid all day. And I do miss those days, but it just came down to money. It was actually YouTube that made me quit. I wanted more money so that I can get new consoles, new games, new equipment to keep up. You know, it's like I saw YouTube as a chance to like maybe start doing something I enjoy for a living. Like, you know, like I said, you know, I say I want to make money at this, but, you know, I've said in many of my vlogs and videos that I don't want to be a, you know, pootie pie. I don't expect to make $1 billion a year. I don't want to be rich. I just don't want to have to work for a living doing something I don't enjoy. College and try to get, you know, funding since I'm kind of poor or something to get back into college. But everything I want to do, at least here in America, the amount of money it takes to go to college plus get the job and actually get that job, you know, it's like I'm more of a science biology kind of person. Like I love marine biology, entomology with bugs, herpetology with reptiles, paleontology. There's just no jobs for that. I've known people who got that, people who were physicists, other shit that I'm interested in, and they have no jobs. They come back to scrubbing toilets and washing dishes and after $50,000-$60,000 in debt. And I'm just really not willing to put myself in that situation. So it's like YouTube is kind of like a last resort dream. It's something that I can try to like, I can slowly work at while I'm doing my other jobs and responsibilities. And it's like, if it falls through and it doesn't happen, which is most likely, you know, it's like, I don't actually ever think this is going to be a legitimate job for me, but I'm not losing anything happen. You know, there's no price to be paid if I put all this work into it and it's failed. And like I said, I'm technically enjoying it. So, you know, it's like, I've always done these hobbies, you know, like making strategy guides for video games, or, you know, making, you know, maps and stuff like that. I've always done these projects that I put all kinds of work and effort and stuff into, but there was never no chance of anything ever coming out of it. You know, YouTube, there's that small chance that something might come out of it. It's worth doing. It's actually one of the first dorky, kind of nerdy things I've done based off my hobbies that might have the possibility of bettering my life instead of holding me back because I'm spending all my time with my hobbies and not the things I should be. So cigarettes going out. But yeah, the good old Max Payne. I, I love that game too. That was like my prime era of gamings. I had 3 eras of gaming. You know, I always, well, I guess we could say 4. I played the Nintendo. You know, I played the Super Nintendo, stuff like that, at other people's houses. Like I said, I'm poor. You know, I didn't have video game systems until I was like 8 or 9, and that was Sega. But I played all the old classic games over at a friend's house. And like I said, that was like a frustrating experience because they were good at the games. And, you know, that was back in the day when you took turns. Somebody would play Mario. They had one fucking controller. So they would play till they died. And obviously they were good at it and they knew the levels. So you'd be watching them play for like a fucking half hour. They know how to get the one-ups and all that shit and the warp zones. And then you get the controller and you die on the first fucking jump. Go over to them. So, you know, that kind of turned me off the games, but it was like the Sega Genesis was the first. And I stayed pretty hard with video games up till the PlayStation and had tons of games. And I was like 14, 15, or 16. And that's when I finally started getting into the drugs. And I was partying and doing stuff like that. So I really wasn't playing games anymore. And I had a beautiful PlayStation N64 Sega Genesis collection, and I sold them all. I just got rid of them because they were just taking up space. So I got rid of them. And then I was like 21, a little bit younger, maybe 20. I got out of high school. I was working with drywall, and my buddy had the first Xbox console, and I saw him playing Ninja Gaiden. And that game was just so fucking amazing. I mean, just it was like watching a movie. It was like being a part of the blocking and the skill. You had to be at that game. I just had to play it. So I went out and got an Xbox, and then I had to get a PS2, and then I stayed hardcore on games till about house for a short period of time. And I don't know if Crypt, I'm living in my house again currently, and it didn't really work out. But when I moved out, all the extra responsibilities that came with living on your own, plus working, having to, having no family to kind of help you out or do things, I kind of got out of games because I was constantly busy taking care of responsibility. So I didn't have the time to sit down and pump 8-hour gaming sessions like I did. So I kind of stopped beating games. And because I stopped beating games that I was spending lots of money on, I kind of, and it wasn't until I got the Forest on my laptop, when I got my first laptop when I was like 27 or 28, that I wanted to back into gaming. And then like a year or so later, I got my PC, and then I started YouTubing once I realized that I had all the recording software and everything I needed already on my computer. So I'm kind of like on my fourth era of gaming. But it's like, I don't know. I keep on thinking, it's like I'm going to be that seven still sitting around the house playing video games. There was one point I thought I was going to be that 70, 80-year-old man smoking pot and still playing video games. I might be at that point. I'll probably start drugs back up again when I'm older. I've always had that plan. Once you're that close to death, you might as well enjoy your fucking life. There ain't no sense in holding back. Though to be fair, I think he might have left. Ugh. But I think it might be time to end this slightly unsuccessful live stream here. Whether to upload it or not, since the first 20 minutes is me staring at the screen waiting for people to show up. Suppose I might as well. At the very least, it'll be entertaining and how sad it is. So, but I do not know. But thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks, Miss Laura, Rusty Faith, the Gaming Crypt, Granny Monster, and yeah, well, that was it. So I'll see you guys. I'm gonna try to do this every Sunday around 9 o'clock. I'm gonna try doing this regardless if anyone shows up or not, just to try to keep some type of standard schedule. So hopefully I'll see you guys all again next week.